Factsverse presents Maps that will change the way you see the world. Number 1. The world is a cat. If you look at a map of the world all stretched out, you'll see something that you probably never expected to see. When the land surfaces are outlined, it looks just like a cat who's pawing at and playing with Australia. Unless you've ever highlighted the world like this, you probably would never have noticed it. Number 2. The British love to drink. If you've ever looked at a map of Britain, chances are you've not seen a map quite like this. The red pegs signify all of the pubs located in Britain. When you look at the map, there's barely any areas that are white. If you ever plan to visit Britain, you won't have much trouble finding a place to get a drink. Number 3. There are churches everywhere in Poland. The Polish are obviously very religious people. This is a map of Poland, and the black icons represent churches. The entire country is covered with churches. If you're planning to walk the streets of Poland, you can get plenty of photos of churches on your way. Number 4. Redheads in Europe are rare. This is a color-coded map to represent how many red-headed people there are living in Europe. The areas where there is over 10% are dark pink and very small. Most of the continent is brown and purple, which represents redheads as under 1%. Number 5. The Global Happiness Index. This is a rather strange map since people can be happy one day and unhappy the next. Also, to get the information to make this map, did the creators take a survey of everyone across the entire area to find out if they were happy or not? Number 6. The areas that are photographed the most. This is a map of the places that are photographed most often. The yellow areas are small, but these places are always being photographed. The dark black sections are areas where photos are taken very rarely. The yellow areas are likely major cities with plenty of tourist attractions. Number 7. Australia is highly populated. This is a map of Australia. The green section of the map represents just 2% of the population. The white areas are areas where there is little to no population at all. Clearly, there are a lot of people living in Australia. Number 8. The most attractive women in the world. This map must have been created by a man because most women wouldn't be proud of something like this. It's a map of the world where the pink areas signify the least attractive women and the green signify the most attractive women. Since most people have their own opinion of beauty, you can't really put too much stock in this map. Number 9. The Coffee Consumption Map. This is a map that signifies the amount of coffee that is consumed all around the world. In the dark blue areas of the world, people drink much less coffee than the yellow areas. The white areas have no data, which means that there wasn't enough people in the area to make the survey worth the trouble. Number 10. The most populated area of the world. This map is actually pretty amazing. It's one of the maps that will change the way you see the world. The circle on this map represents parts of China and Mongolia and has a larger population than every other area on the map. It goes to show just how overly populated these areas are. Number 11. The most traveled countries. If you're taking a trip but you don't know where to go, this map can help. If you want to visit really touristy spots, you should consider all the sections that are in red. If you want to visit places that are quiet and where you won't be running into tourists everywhere you go, try visiting the stops that are dark and light purple. Number 12. Replacing land and water on the map. Most people know that the Earth is covered more with water than land. This backward map gives you an even better idea of this concept. Number 13. Female bra sizes in the world. This is a relatively strange map. It's color-coded by the size of bras that women wear. Shockingly enough, the A cup isn't as popular as you might think. Judging by the map, the C cup, the D cup, and the larger than the D cup are the most popular. In there is the B cup scattered here and there. However, judging by the map, big boobs are the most common. Number 14. A map according to IQ. This is another map that you need to wonder just how accurate it really is. Did somebody go all over the world giving people IQ tests to see who had the highest scores? Judging by the map, scores between 90 and 100 are the most common, which makes sense because these scores are average. In one entire section of the world are people with scores over 105. What this mapmaker is saying is that this is an area of all geniuses. This is another map that probably needs to be taken with a grain of salt. Number 15. Pluto versus Australia. This map gives you an idea of just how small Pluto really is. Pluto is the largest circle sitting on Australia. Clearly, Australia is larger, which would make life on Pluto pointless. Number 16. The United States versus the Moon. Most people can hear about how large the Moon is, however, hearing it doesn't make it easy to visualize it. If you really want to compare the two, this map can help. If the Moon fell in the United States, the Midwest would be crushed, but the Pacific and eastern sides of the country would be unharmed. Number 17. Left lane versus right lane. This is a map that gives you an idea how many parts of the world drive on the right side of the road and how many drive on the left. Judging by the map, most of the world drives on the right side of the road and a much smaller portion on the left side. Number 18. The cat is puking. Okay, remember this map from the very beginning of this video? Well, if you don't like the analogy of the cat playing with the mouse, which is Australia, well, why don't you look at it as the cat throwing up? Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to FactsVerse to see more.